Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Dignified 2K. We're back with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a build that's been requested for a while, ever since the prelude came out. This is a build that I wanted to make last year towards the end of the year. Now, if you guys remember, I did have this build technically in the beginning, and it was honestly probably the most fun build I made all year. But today we're gonna make a Kobe Bryant build that kind of gives a good perspective of his whole all-around game, from the post to the footwork, making the three-point shot, driving in and slashing. Today, we're going to be making the best Kobe Bryant build on NBA 2K21. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and drop a like. We're dropping tons of cool builds, and we're going to be using a lot of these on the launch day. So we're going to go ahead and get into this Kobe Bryant build. Now, obviously, Kobe was a shooting guard, and some people might want to do point guard. But for me, like I said, I want to make this build to where he has an all-around game, and you guys will see why here in a second. But we're going to make Kobe a small forward. Now, hang with me. It's going to be good. Now, you guys can see there's two pie charts. Last year I used this blue and green pie chart where it's split 50-50 between green and blue. This year they kind of nerfed it a little bit. You're not going to be able to get contact dunks at the height that I wanted unless you're like a 99 overall, and that's just kind of OD for me. Just get an 84 driving dunk. I don't think that's going to be what I want to do. So we're going to take a look at this new pie chart that a lot of people have been sleeping on for some reason. You only get one Hall of Fame badge category, but notice how the green is still pretty good, to be honest with you. You don't get Hall of Fame badges, but if you take a look at the stats between these two, the green really is not that much different. It's just like a couple badge points or just a couple attribute points in the three-point shot in the mid-range. So we're going to go ahead and use this pie chart right here, and you guys will see we're going to make a crazy build. Now, for the physicals, I will say a lot of people will be inclined to do the speed pie chart. However, I would more likely do, it's up to you guys. Last year, this is the pie chart that I used, the speed and strength. Some people might want to use the balanced one. I think balanced actually looks pretty good. I think that's what we're going to go ahead and use. Like I said, we'll still have good enough strength. A lot of these guards that you'll be going up against will have that very low strength, and you guys will see it's going to be very overpowered. So when it comes to upgrading the attributes, it's going to be a lot different than you would think, and I'll show you guys why here in a second. So to get this the way that I would like to do it, you got to put the close shot up, you got to max out the driving dunk, and for me, I'm going to go ahead and put the standing dunk on 81. Now, you might be thinking, Dignified, why on earth would you have an 81 standing dunk? You'll figure out here in a second. So at that point, we got 14 badges for finishing. We're going to go ahead and put our driving dunk only up to a 77 to get that 16th badge upgrade. Like I said, you'll see here in a second. Don't worry, your driving dunk will be a whole lot better. If you upgrade your mid-range all the way, we're looking at a 76, upgrade the three-point shot, 74, and then of course we're going to go ahead and just max out the post fade to give us 14 of these shooting badges. Now, the way that I would like to do this, max out the ball handling, max out the post moves, and that's going to leave us at 9, and then we're just going to upgrade pass accuracy until we get a cool even 12 to 56 pass accuracy. Then of course we're going to go down to our defensive stats. Lateral quickness, we're going to go ahead and max out. Perimeter defense, we're going to go ahead and max out. And then we're going to go ahead and max out the defensive rebound. Let's see, we still only have that one defensive rebounding. And then we're going to go ahead and max out our steal, and that's going to leave us at 4. And then of course last year I did have a max interior defense, but this year we're just going to go ahead and add those extra 10. It will make a difference, hopefully, but anyway, that's going to give us with 5 defensive badges, which is actually pretty solid, considering steal, lateral quickness, perimeter defense, all that's fully upgraded. Now you're probably thinking, like I said in the beginning, guys, I'll go ahead and show you, if I didn't max out my standing dunk, I just went ahead and maxed out my driving layup. Obviously, we'll still get 16, but you'll see here why in a second I didn't want to do that. We'll go define. We'll go 6'5" on this Kobe Bryant build. You could go 6'6". However, that 6'5" is just looking a little bit more promising, especially the end result of the way we're going to make this build. For the weight, we're going to go ahead and go 228. You guys can see we'll get that 70 strength, which I think is going to be the perfect spot for this build. You got to remember, you're going to get like a +8 to your speed and strength and acceleration and vertical. So, the speed is actually going to be pretty good on this build. We'll go ahead and max out the wingspan. Now, Once we max out the wingspan, you guys can see this year they don't really give a penalty to the ball handle. The 3-point shot 75 with boost, hot spots, the +4. We're not really losing much on that, especially with the amount of badges that we get. But you guys can see the driving dunk is so good. We have 84 driving dunk off of rip, and you guys can see right now the 91 driving layup, which is going to be our downfall. And you guys can see these are the takeover that you're going to be able to get, but that's not what I'm looking for. So we're going to go back down, take off that, put it back onto the standing dunk, and we'll still have the same amount of finishing badges, and you guys will see the driving layup is still going to be really good. So we'll go back again, 6'5". I think we went 228 for this build, so we get the 70 strength, and we're gonna go ahead and max out the wingspan the exact same way that we did it before. And you guys can see what we unlocked now. The post scoring takeover on the 6'5" small forward, contact dunks, gonna be able to shoot threes, gonna be able to speed boost, all that good stuff. Now you will get a +5 to your ball handle when you get takeover. The only downside is like with slashing or shot creating, you would get the +10 and takeover to your ball handle, but the +5 is still going to be allow us to speed boost. We're going to be able to speed boost before we get takeover anyway. We had a 79 ball handle. At 99 overall, we'll have like a 90 or 84, and then once we get a little bit of takeover, we're going to be able to speed boost. So we'll go ahead and pick the post scoring takeover. And you guys can see it's called a slasher, shades of Kawhi Leonard, Latrell Sprewell, and DeMar DeRozan. It's looking pretty solid. Now, like I said before, this was actually confirmed yesterday. This is what you're looking at right now. I know it says 99 overall, but this is like last year. It's basically, this build's at 95. So if we go ahead and real quickly look at the +4 that we're going to be getting once we hit the 99 overall, the driving layup is going to be at 90. Our driving dunk is going to be an 88. Standing dunk extremely high, which I didn't mention before. With standing dunk being this high, we're pretty much on lock to get any dunk package that we want. A lot of dunk packages last year kind of capped at 75, and we're going to be able to get a lot of those this year because we have that very high standing dunk. The post fade is going to be crazy. 3-point shot, like I said, is going to be insanely good. And then the post moves will be high, so we'll be able to spin by people. We'll be able to speed boost. Our on-ball defense, some stats will be over 80, which is going to be nasty. And the defensive rebound is going to be high as well. So it's just going to be an all-around very good build. And like I said, when we look at our physicals, we're going to get another +8. So we got a 76 right now, so that'll go up to 84 speed. We're going to have a 86 vertical, and we're going to have a crazy amount of strength as well. So we'll have do math real quick, 74 strength, which is going to be nasty for that build, and the acceleration is going to be very high. So like I said, I think the balanced pie chart will probably be the best. You couldn't go wrong with either one. I kind of like a little bit of vertical on my build, so that's what we're going to be doing for this build. And now we're going to go ahead and look at the badges. Like I said, this build says you get Hall of Fame, but you really don't. I don't know. It's kind of probably just bugged, but obviously you're not going to be able to get Hall of Fame badges. You could easily put on a lot of cool badges this year. Like I said, I'm a firm believer, and you don't really need that many, Hall of Fame badges, especially when it comes to shooting. So you got Hot Zone Hunter, Range Extender. This year is really nice. We don't have the quick draw badge, so we can actually use, if you want to use difficult shots like that, you could. You could throw on clutch shooter, you could throw on catch and shoot on bronze, scoring specialist on silver if you want to spot up a little bit, or you could even throw on just the silver volume shooter and then have like dead eye on bronze, which is probably what I'd lean towards. Or you could even, like I said, throw on difficult shots and help your post shot a little bit even more. But for right now, we're going to take off Hot Zone Hunter, going to go ahead and put on difficult shots. I think Deadeye on bronze, Dream Machine volume shooter. That's going to look good. I want to show you guys a little bit of the gameplay towards the end, just to show you how nasty this build's actually going to be. And we're going to go ahead and throw on fancy footwork, contact finisher, of course, acrobat on silver. I like consistent on silver. Maybe relentless. We'll probably not put on deep hooks. I do want to show you guys this build right now, though. I want to show you how you could actually play with it, but I don't know, we'll probably do something like this. Like I said, you only get 16, so you kind of want to be careful on how you upgrade it. I think gold right here, contact finisher on Hall of Fame is definitely needed. Like I said, you're going to be able to change your badges around, so if you want to play more like a slasher, you could throw on like slithery finisher, but I think acrobat and consistent are going to be kind of nice this year, so I'd probably leave it on like that. Slithery finisher, it's up to you. If you want to play more like a post score, throw on drop step and back down punisher. If you want to play more like a slasher, throw on slithery finisher and relentless finisher. But at the end of the day, it's really up to you how you want to play. But for this video, I'm going to throw on drop stepper and back down punisher to kind of show you guys some of the post work and how it still works. This was my favorite thing last year. I loved using this build, and it's going to be the best build again, I think, for me this year. This is looking pretty nasty, and this year it's actually kind of cool. I did not realize this, and I wanted to show you guys this as well. One of the biggest downfalls of my scoring machine last year, it didn't get Dimer and it didn't get Floor General, but this year, unless they patch it, it's looking like you can get Dimer and Floor General on this build, which makes it even better. But like I said, this is actually a pretty solid way to use this build if you just want to be offensively inclined. You could throw on, you know, maybe Silver, and throw on Bailout if you really wanted to, or just, you know, throw on something like this. It would probably be pretty good, to be honest. I think that's what we're going to do for this video. And then lastly, you know, we only have 5 defensive badges. I think, you know, gold and then silver clamps is looking pretty solid as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to let me know what other builds you guys would like to see. But it's been your boy Dignify, and I'm out. Peace.